Hello everyone and welcome to GoldenNova's First Reacts, where I react first to all the things you want to see reacted to first, as long as I'm the first person you come to react to things first. And it's a very special episode because it's ban list time! This is very good for me. I plan on going to YCS Richmond in a couple of weeks, so this is going to be some important information to bring in to that event. I look forward to seeing anyone who's going to stop by there. I'm going to be playing this event and a lot of Domain. Now, it's difficult to go in completely blind because there is a big Herald of the Arclight on here. And while I will admit I'm not exactly familiar with the impact it has on the format, I have heard that Yummy makes very good usage of it. It's got a relatively low level as far as synchros go, which means it's not very difficult for them to get a hold of. And their quick syncing shenanigans probably means that they're summoning this out on the quick fairly often as an Omni-Negate that also shuts off graveyard support, which every deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Has always used. So that's good to see on the list. Its time has, I think it's gone. It's come and gone. It's a shame for any ritual deck that was just using it as ways to tutor out ritual cards, but even then, this card was outrageously powerful. It just auto-included any extra deck self-shredding cards just to give you a plus search. So I don't know. I feel like it's a design space that just can't survive forever. It just does so much once you get down to it, so I guess it's good that it's gone, but I'm not going to be happy about it. Rest of the Forbidden List, Barrier Statue of the Torrent. I'm not sure what the rest of the status of the statues are. Honestly, they should all be banned because they're wild. All of them effectively say no special summoning, except for the one special little guy that I've chosen to use in my deck. And as the game progresses, more ways to summon those things means that there's more ways to shut down games out of nowhere. So I'm glad to see that gone. Malice White Binder. That is one of the key Link monsters for the theme. But we're not just getting rid of like, oh, this is the thing that gets us to our end board quicker. No, that's just like the thing. That's throwing me for a loop. But Harpy's Featherstorm, that is a great inclusion. I hate that card. I hate it so much. We talk about how Lingering Floodgates are terrible for the game, how they create this powerful effect that kind of dictates the rest of your turn, and if they are specific and powerful enough, they just turn off gameplay, and Featherstorm is probably arguably the worst of them. Any deck that can include the necessary Winged Beast requirement just gets to say, hey, no monster effects this turn, you don't get to interrupt any of this stuff, hand traps, get them out of here. So yeah, these all seem like pretty good hits. There's more Floodgates that could be hit on here, but I guess we're just going to have to live with the ones they've chosen right now. Cool stuff. What's up for our limited list here? What is going on? Okay, I know Habakiri no Mitsurugi is the one that pops up first. That's probably not impactful, right? Once again, the Mitsurugis have been very powerful since their release, and I'm not completely familiar with the lines that they actually go through, but as a ritual monster in the Reptile deck, it feels like this should be easy to get a hold of, right? Has King of the Feral Imps been hit yet? It's been a while. I imagine that would have been hit as part of a broader Ryziel Mitsurugi hit, so I don't imagine it's that easy to get a hold of. But even just getting the one copy is like, cool, this is an entire starter for my deck out of nowhere with largely zero commitment. Next up is Dracotail Malulu. Now, this is where I'm going to have to double-check some information. Dracotail Malulu. Oh, that's a little scorpion tail fella. During main phase quick effect, you can fusion summon using from your hand or field. Also, you can't special from the rest of the deck. And if it's sent to the graveyard as mature, you can set a... Ah, man. Well, at least it's only a limit. So you can still play it. But yeah, that does seem like a pretty snazzy effect. We're also losing Ketu Dragontail. Is that the Draco Tail? Is that the branded fusion or a different one? No, it's a search. That is a fusion spell. That's probably fine to get to limit, actually. But like, once again, every Dracotail monster is just, hey, I can also be one of the spells and traps once you use me as fusion material. So And they like recycle, like you can use flame to recycle them, right? Like that's nutty. Holly Sue seems like a pretty strong limit for the deck. Once again, lots of ways to search in Vanquish Souls, but Holly Sue was kind of the huge push that did or deployed everything you would want. And Yokel going along with that makes a lot of sense. It's one of the Canine starter cards. A Case for Canine, that was one of the search cards, right? Case for Canine. Yeah, it is the search card that incidentally can give you a 900 attack boost. Very funny. So those all make sense as hits, though they also don't, at least some of them don't feel like they're going to, I mean, it's a consistency hit. You don't have to, you'll have to do searching for them. You can't count as much on hard drawing them. But that has not seemed to be a nail in the coffin type move all the time. Though, to be fair, changes on the ban list are not necessarily meant to kill decks. They are meant to change the format. So maybe lowering the consistency is enough to bring them in line. Yummy Snatchy, though, does seem like a wild card. Once again, it is the card that the entire deck is based around, the Link 1. Granted, you can use any Link 1 monster to act as the tuner for the Yummy monsters, but Snatchy is like the one that operates with them the best. So that's goofy. This is very goofy. What are our semi-limits right now? What are we looking at? Droll and Lockbird. Why didn't we just ban this? Why are we semiing this? Like, I'm not a semi-limited list hater. I think that there is a case for it, even outside of cards that only specifically, like can never work at 1, but you still have to hit their power level. But this just feels asinine. What? It's a little less likely you'll draw into Droll, but there are ways to search this little guy. Getting it, not running the third copy is not going to impact that very much. That's disappointing. Hopefully, over the next year, we will be seeing this move slowly to the Forbidden list, because this is one of those lingering floodgates that really sucks to deal with in the game. But just wishing we had seen it faster. Okay. What are our unlimits? Unlimits. Wow, this is everything. Not everything. It's a lot of stuff. Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. So that's a huge buff for Dragon Link decks. I don't know if Wyver Burster is also... Oh, well, Wyver Burster, right? Literally just below it. Okay, so Dragon Link just got back some of their best... I think Extender is the right word for it. You get a brat on the field. You get to cycle it out for another one you link summon, so you can get back the other brat. That's crazy for them. Dark Greffer, I don't... is that... Will that see play? I don't know if there's... The decks that use Dark Greffer are not ones that are going to be running around. They've had their time in the sun. I don't know if there is a dark deck that needs Dark Greffer's help to play, necessarily. I suppose, like, even if you don't special summon it, the Pitch to Bin is pretty cool. So it's good to have it. I think this makes for a perfect unlimit, so that's good. Vanquish Soul Razen, so they're not looking to kill Vanquish Soul. They're giving back more of its search functionality. So they took away 2 Hollies, presumably it was at 3 beforehand, but gave them back 2 Razens, which is better because that searches it. Okay. Zodiac Dryden is unlimited. Cool for all of the Zodiac fans out there. You get to have more free removal. Change of Heart is at 3. How many steal effects can you put in the game until it becomes a problem? You don't want to play singletons, because it's difficult to out a board with just a single monster, and it's a little situational. But if you have 3 non-once per turn stealing effects, that can get a little goofy. Crystron Inclusion, that was the new Crystron card, so I think that was also a big hit in terms of trying to stop Canine Crystron, but it seems they're trying to take the foot off the brakes on that one. Snatch Steal is at 3, 2. So that's back again. with 3 change of heart. How many steel effects can you put? And then Stake Your Soul is the last one. Okay, so they really want Canine, not Canine, but they really want Vanquish Soul to be back in contention. Like, they took 2 Holly Sues, but then you brought back every other good Vanquish Soul card. What is the decision here? What are they trying to accomplish? They just don't want as many Holly... They want the one Holly Sue to be it. It's like, once you get committed to the board, you can get rid of it and it'll be done. Except for Rock of the Vanquisher bringing it back. Okay, so none of this seems to have impacted any of the most recent wave of monsters from the deck build pack. So that's like, what, Anycraft, Heck of Hands, and a mysterious third thing that I can never... what is it? Yeah, so it's not Justice. Justice Hunters is the one set. Phantom Revengers is the one. And you craft Cool Tune. Cool Tune. So none of this seems to be focused on hurting any, or even affecting any of those. It's just for established themes. So any of those that are good are going to continue to be good. I'm not... I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about this list. Now, granted, this is coming from someone who has not been embroiled in competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! For quite a bit, so I hear echoes off of the walls, and it feels like some key cards from currently existing themes have decided to take a bit of a plunge, but overall, this seems like there's a lot of unhits that allow for a higher ceiling in meta/meta adjacent themes. Once again, I think Dragon Link, they got another opportunity here. Am I just a perpetual Dragon Link warrior? Yes, but I don't think I'm wrong here. If anything, it just feels like they want people to do more of the nonsense generically. They've taken away archetypal ways of, Ketu is searching, Habakiri is getting stuff onto the board, Snatchy is your go-to plan, Malulu is the fusion summoning. All of these are archetypal ways of accomplishing your game plan, but they're bringing back things like Change of Heart and Snatch Steal, which are just stealing stuff turbo. They're giving back Wyverburster and Collapse Serpent, which is good for Dragon and lighter Dark decks in general. Zodiac Dryden arguably is a generic card. If you include any Zodiac in your deck, or you run a sufficient amount of level 4 monsters, you get removal. So I guess I'm putting myself down as the guy who thinks this is meant to ramp things up, especially because they took away so many the cards that make the game unfun. Sitting on Herald to remove the graveyard from contention, the Barrier Statue to stop general special summoning, the Featherstorm to stop monster effects. I'm curious. I think I've exhausted my thoughts on this one. I'm curious. I want to hear what all of you think. What am I missing here? What are some predictions for how the format's going to go? And what are some things that you hoped were hit on this list? I know there are some macro-related cards that I would have loved to finally get the boot. Guess we'll have to wait another 3 or 4 months for that to happen. Thank you all so much for watching, and until I see you at YCS Richmond, I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye. Today's episode is brought to you by Dragon Shield. Get the sleeves as strong as dragon scales and save 5% on your order by using the coupon code GoldenNova at checkout while helping out the channel. It was also brought to you by my lovely patrons, including this month's illustrious Quasar Commanders, Upstairs Media, and the Critic of Innocence, Nebula Navigators, 3rd Dynasty, Ada Basilisk, Adam Zajdel, Ancient Wizard,
Andrew Newman, Battle Axe, Beastsman, Charlie Mercury, Chibi Gohan, Christopher Fuss, Clockswork, Comrade, Eric, Frankie, Green Knight, Great Big Pillock, Groog, Hair Bear, Harry the Ominous Benefactor, Iron Zero, Iskander 711, Carp, Marion James C. Picata, Meme King, Muse Clark, Neon Yami Nair, Orozco 09096, Panther J, Pat Boos, Rebel King Lucifer, Red Eyes Jackalow, Red Tail, RJ the Jank Monarch, Sonic 21 Blast, That One Dumbass and the Wizard Moose, Cosmic Crusaders, Anthrak, A Random Pup, Blaze Rider, Blitzwolf, Brandon Guzman, Chaz Ghost, Christopher Fuss, again, Cool Trainer Dark, Dr. Entity, R.I.P., Eki Bullock, Edelweiss EN, Eva Padilla, Herbal D, Inblink, J.A. Flair, Julian Marquez, Kale the Dragon, Kryptonian Blurred, Lobomaru02, Manga Pages, Millennia Asta, Mr. Machina, Natia Lee Alexander, Nicholas Murphy, Not Al Gore, Obsidian, Rhyme Kairos, Rogue Wolf, Seraph SG, Shizuki Nijimura, Stephen Huntsman, The Legendary Raven, The Queen of Time, Tiger X2476, Tristan O'Meara, Zaldreka, Zephrath the Rock Thing, and Zentha, as well as all the lovely Starlight Explorers you see on screen now. If you'd like to help me in my journey to cover all of Yu-Gi-Oh's archetypes, get my videos early, be a part of these credits and other awesome perks, it would mean the world to me if you would check out the link to my Patreon in the description or consider joining as a YouTube member.